It in the house I do. So I want to talk about face masks for a second. The disposable of face masks. Preferably the ones that you can wear. The blue mask you can wear, you can throw away. Well, I have to say it straight. They've been the biggest nuisance of a thing ever. Because all along every road in the country, there's masks, there's gloves. Today alone, I went out a few times. They picked up a bit of litter. Had to go out for a League of Dublin case. Now we'll talk about one incident in a second about League of Dublin. But yeah, found four of them. Found four within an hour. Found four. Again, if you go out on any bypass in this country, the place is just littered with masks. It's more. I would say there's more masks than there is plastic, and plastic was a terror. Plastic boxes, plastic Lucas boxes. It's the terror that alone. But putting face masks on top of it. And again, I just want to remind people, to please, if you do wear a mask, please just dispose of it. We get the rewashable ones, because again, it's against the law to litter. It is €150 fine. And I want to talk when I'm here. Might as well mention it because this was about nearly 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago on now. So basically, long story short, I think it was a big meat factory or something that dumped these masks, or some business. I might as well say straight. So basically, there's 500 masks dumped into 3 bags, right. So that's that. The reason how somebody reported to me that there was masks blowing out because the bags whipped. Obviously, they were there a few days, and the bags whipped, and obviously there was masks blowing everywhere. These are the reusable masks. So I went out, and we had some of them were in the bag, some of them were just. It took a long time to clean up because you had to go around the whole roads looking for the masks. And it was about 500. It was really about 500, give or take. We probably missed a few because we had to go in the fields and everything. It took 3 or 4 hours to clean, to make sure we had as much masks as we could. But again, there's no evidence because it was in the back end of nowhere. And I might as well say straight, there's no cameras. Very little Wi-Fi. There's no Wi-Fi on that road. I couldn't get a phone signal to ring anybody or to say this or that. The person had to go way down the road to ring me and say, that something suspicious happening there. And give or take, what we counted was over 500. Give or take, maybe there's a few we didn't count. Maybe it was more than that. That we missed. But it was a lot of masks. And the reason why I say it was a meat factory, or I think it was a business, some kind of that, because I hardly doubt it would be a household with over 500 masks. In 3 bags, if that makes any sense. And again, the way League of Dublin works, the way the justice system works in this country, I see them dumping it, which obviously I couldn't see them because God knows when it was dumped, 3 or 4 days. I assume 3 or 4 days before I was notified they were dumped. But again, it's in the back end of nowhere. I'm sure nobody's seen it because there's very little houses. It's very darkly lit, especially at night. You go up there, you wouldn't be seen. As simple as that. I have to say straight. And there's no cameras. There's really no cameras on that road. I looked. I asked people. I even asked when I went to a few houses. Asked people because I really wanted to find out who done it. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I might as well just say it's a closed case now. It really is a closed case. It just it can't be found. Simple as that. Just can't be found. These people won't be found because there's no evidence. Like in the bags, there's nothing. There's just face masks. There's nothing to suggest who done it. If that makes any sense, and that's the thing about the law nowadays. Again, it's probably the right thing because again we'd be probably picking daisies if we went around accusing people, because we'll never find the answer. I don't think we ever will, unless some drone have seen them or something. But yeah. Nobody's seen anything, no cameras, no CCTV, nothing like that. So, you're at a loss, and you're in the back end of nowhere. Very little people who live on that road for a start. Very badly lit. There's no light, there's loads of trees and everything. There's no hope. It's simple as that, I might just say straight. That's one incident of League of Dublin. There's more, I heard of this before, of bags being dumped full of masks. I do think it's the big pharma, big industries. But I'm not too sure because it's very hard. Again, unless you find something in the bag or you see them doing it or somebody has CCTV, it's very hard to say who done it. It could be somebody in the house, but I'm just saying. So don't take my word on it. Just to say, don't take my word. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. If somebody came along and said, his CCTV footage of this man, who's a random man from nowhere, he just dumps masks. He had masks over the last few months and he just threw them there. But it was very suspicious. I'm sure people would agree. But yeah, I'm just saying, please dispose of your masks correctly. Because, and obviously don't dump them into bags and things like that, and just file them along the side of the road. And because I can't tell you, before this whole pandemic and everything, I never came across many, and most of in my 6 years of being a little one, I never came across many masks. The only time I remember, it's about 3 years ago. I was on an old construction site, it was abandoned, obviously. There was bits and bobs of bags dumped there and everything, the usual, the cans and things like that. I found a few masks there. Obviously, it used to be a construction site. I was abandoned. Obviously, you find a few masks and gloves. But it's a tower now. It's honestly a tower. I can't tell you how many masks. It's could be well over 4,000 masks I picked this year, because I lost count. There was one stage it was over 1,000. Last time we counted, it was 1,300 or something we picked up over the last year. We lost complete count. I might as well say that went out the window. I might as well say straight, because there's just so many. Then add on them masks. Just so many. But anyway, take care everybody, and bye.